There are moments in life when loneliness feels larger than solitude, moments when the world suddenly feels distant, unreachable, silent. You walk through crowded streets, yet feel internally separated from everyone around you. People speak, cars move, life continues. But something inside feels disconnected from existence itself. Few philosophers explored this feeling more honestly than Albert Camus, a man who stared directly into meaninglessness and still chose to live. Tonight, we explore Camus' philosophy of existential loneliness, the absurd, isolation, death, silence, and the strange courage required to continue existing in an indifferent universe. Think carefully. Have you ever felt lonely even while surrounded by people? Why does that kind of loneliness feel deeper than physical isolation? Part 1. The moment. The world feels strange. Camus believed existential awareness often begins suddenly. An ordinary day changes. Reality feels unfamiliar. The routine breaks. And for a brief moment, life appears strange. Humans wake up, go to work, repeat schedules, follow habits, but sometimes consciousness interrupts routine and asks why? Why continue? What does any of this mean? This moment frightened Camus deeply, because once the question appears, it never fully disappears. Part 2. The absurd. At the center of Camus' philosophy exists one idea. The absurd, not absurd humor, existential absurdity. Humans desperately want meaning, certainty, explanation, permanence. But the universe responds with silence. This conflict creates existential loneliness. The person realizes existence offers no final answers. Death remains unavoidable, and certainty may never arrive. Right now, imagine asking the universe for meaning and hearing absolutely nothing in return. How would that silence feel? Part 3. The loneliness of consciousness. Animals live instinctively. Humans reflect, and reflection creates loneliness. People become aware of time, death, isolation, impermanence. Consciousness separates humans from simple existence. The more aware the individual becomes, the more fragile reality sometimes feels. Camus understood this intimately. He believed modern humans suffer not only physically, but philosophically. The mind searches endlessly for stable meaning. The world offers uncertainty. Part 4. The Stranger. Inside The Stranger, Camus created one of literature's most emotionally distant characters. Meursault feels detached from social expectations, detached from emotional performance, detached from society's definitions of meaning. People around him expect grief, emotional conformity, symbolic behavior, but Meursault refuses performance, and society becomes disturbed by honesty. Camus revealed something uncomfortable. Humans often fear emotional ambiguity more than truth itself. Have you ever hidden your real feelings simply because society expected a different emotion? Part 5. The fear of meaninglessness. Many people fear pain. Camus believed humans fear meaninglessness even more, because pain at least feels significant. Meaninglessness feels empty. The existentially lonely person asks, does anything matter? Why continue? Is life only repetition ending in death? Camus refused false comfort. He did not invent imaginary certainty. Instead, he faced uncertainty directly, and surprisingly, he still defended life. Part 6. Sisyphus and the Human Condition. In the Myth of Sisyphus, Camus retells the ancient Greek myth. Sisyphus pushes a rock uphill endlessly. The rock falls. He repeats forever. Camus saw modern humanity inside this image: routine, repetition, effort, temporary victories, eventual death. Yet Camus concludes something shocking. One must imagine Sisyphus happy, Why? Because Sisyphus becomes conscious. He sees reality clearly, and still continues. That continuation becomes rebellion. Could you continue living fully, even without guaranteed meaning? Part 7. Existential loneliness in modern society. Modern people are hyper-connected digitally, yet existential loneliness expands. Why? Because communication does not automatically create understanding. Humans share images constantly, but rarely reveal consciousness honestly. People perform identities, curate personalities, hide confusion, hide fear, hide emptiness. Camus might say modern society multiplies visibility while deepening inner isolation. Part 8. The Plague and Human Solidarity. Inside the plague, suffering becomes collective. Disease spreads, death spreads, fear spreads, and yet Camus discovers something important. Human beings continue helping each other despite absurdity, not because victory is guaranteed, because compassion itself matters. This is central to Camus. Meaning may not exist objectively, but solidarity can still exist humanly. What if meaning is not discovered, but created through how humans treat each other during suffering? Part 9. The Courage to Continue. Camus rejected nihilistic surrender. He also rejected false certainty. Instead, he proposed rebellion. Not violent rebellion necessarily, existential rebellion. The decision to live consciously despite uncertainty, to appreciate beauty despite mortality, to love despite impermanence, to continue despite meaninglessness. This is why Camus remains emotionally powerful. He acknowledges darkness honestly, yet still chooses life. Part 10. Who are you without distraction? Existential loneliness intensifies during silence, late at night, after heartbreak, during grief, when distraction disappears. Humans encounter themselves directly, and many realize. Identity feels unstable, meaning feels uncertain, loneliness feels immense. Camus believed these moments mattered deeply. Because awareness begins there. If every distraction vanished tonight, what truth about your life would become impossible to ignore? Part 11. Final reflection. Camus believed the universe may remain silent forever. No final explanation, no guaranteed meaning, no ultimate certainty, and yet humans still laugh, love, create, resist, and continue living. Perhaps dignity is born there, not from certainty, but from conscious existence inside uncertainty. Maybe existential loneliness never disappears completely. Maybe part of being human means walking through silence without surrendering to it. And perhaps that is why Camus still matters, because he teaches people how to face an indifferent universe without losing their humanity.